Hello, Dr. Tawanna Worlds by birth, also known as a disruptor. Did you know that millions who grow up in poverty also die in poverty? Have you ever heard the saying, what good can come out of the hood? Well, I'm here to disrupt for just a minute. Yes, I was that little girl that grew up in the hood, grew up in the ghetto, single mother, absent father, eating out of the trash can just to survive. But I was also that girl that determined way back then that I was not going to become a product of my past. And now I help others do the same thing. I'm not a victim, I'm a victor. I help men and women from similar backgrounds find value in their own vault and create wealth from within. Hello and hello. What's going on, people? I am going to be faceless tonight, so you won't be seeing my face, but you will be hearing my voice and you will be getting this good old work. Some of you guys may know and some of you guys may not know, but there's many of you that know that I'm into the government contract sector. And if you looking for your reparations, if you ain't got your 40 acres and a mule, if you would like to do business with the biggest spenders and the biggest buyers in the whole entire world, then that's what I'm going to be showing you here on tonight. I'm going to be short, sweet, straight to the beat. The reason why I'm showing you guys this is because this is where you can build long-lasting wealth that will outlive you and your children's children's children. Real talk. The way these people set up these government contracts is crazy. Everything is a contract. NASA has a contract. I'm sure CERN has a contract. The NIH has a contract. There's a contract over there in Ukraine right now. There's a contract right here in Texas to bust the migrants in New York and Arizona. I mean, there's a contract for everything. However, when there is an emergency, a state has been declared as an emergency, or the state has declared their state as being under emergency, then the money get bigger. And I mean, literally, you can have $1 million for doing 2 weeks worth of work. You can have $1 million for doing a month's worth of work. I'm going to try to come back again and show you how one young lady attended our in-person training, took this information. I mean, she bodied it, real talk. She went and got the monies, just following the steps that we gave her from the SBA, got her transportation company. She scaled that all the way up, opened up her an office. I mean, got approved and then got a contract and did an interview with a lot of the brothers that was out there, especially during the hurricane season, how they got $100,000, $250,000 for 30 days worth of work. So if you're looking for some real long-term, like I said, generational wealth that will outlive you and the next 3 or 4 generations, then you in the right spot. And that's what we're going to be talking about with government contracts. Now, I pushed a hard line with government contracts. Then AI just came in and disrupted a whole bunch of things because I saw that the government was interested in buying services pertaining to AI. Everything is going digital. So they trying to keep up, in the digital space. So it was very important that I learned what I needed to learn in the digital space so that I can serve them. You know what I'm saying? And anybody can be a government contracting agency, any small business owner, any minority business owner, any veteran business owner, any disabled business owner. I mean, any woman-owned business owner. You can be any small business owner. So even if you don't fit them other criteria, if you're a small business and you got under 5,000 employees, you're a small business and you qualify to do business with the government. Now, a lot of our people are used to, having to start a business and then find clients and chase clients. That is not the case here. You just got to learn that gov talk. And you got to be able to, present to them exactly what they're asking. That's it. You need to know exactly what to do when they're asking for what they're asking for. And there's so many ways to get started in government contracting. I mean, there's so many different niches, so many different industries. When I tell you the government buys everything that we buy, the government buys everything from socks to shoes to clothes, to hair, to wigs, to eyelashes, to book bags, to party supplies, to lawn care, to transportation, to consulting, you name it, they buy it just like we do. Okay. And I have a whole entire course on all the A through Z's to go get you some government cheese. You heard me? Literally. And so I want to show you guys a couple of things here on tonight. Show you what you leaving on the table by not participating. Show you what they giving out. Show you where contracts are at that you don't even got to bid on them. I'm going to show you a couple of things. Okay. So the first thing that I'm going to show you is, let me bag up a little bit and let you know just the basics. What do you need to become a government contractor? An LLC, an EIN, a business bank account, a business phone number, email, and to be listed, a business, address to be listed, in the directory where they can pull you up, to be registered as a government contractor. Okay. Basic things. You can get these things in a day, literally. Real basic things. They want to make sure you're legitimate business and not just a hustler and a scammer out here trying to scam them out their money. They didn't used to be so, nitpicky when it comes to that information. But, whenever people that look like me get a hold of something, they have a tendency to jack it up. And that's exactly what happened. They opened it up for minorities and they start coming in there getting them contracts and didn't fulfill the work. And so now they want to make sure you're a legitimate business. But this is all stuff that can be done literally in a day, maximum to 4 or 5 days. It just depends on your state where you file a LLC. But you can get that online and in a hurry. Is it hard? No. It's different, but it's not hard at all. Like I say, you just need to know the government language. You need to know what is a RFP. You need to know how to respond to a RFQ. You need to know what is a non-bid contract. You need to know, where the cities and schools and people right in your backyard. You ain't even got to be a federal contractor. You don't even got to be a state contractor. You can be a regular schmegler business. Okay. It's called a vendor. And if they need 1,000 papers Xerox copied for $10,000 and you're able to go get that Xerox copies for them, 1,000 Xerox copies, then you can get a contract. There's money right over your gate, right in your backyard, right around the corner at your schools, colleges, police departments, recreation centers, everywhere, library, housing authority, government buildings, mental health buildings, public welfare department, social service building, everywhere that you can think, there's a contract with your name on it. Okay. Do you have to have experience? No, you do not need any experience. The reason why I'm answering these questions, because I know people gonna have them. I'm gonna eliminate all your fears and all your doubts right here, right now, first, before we get started. Okay. Do you have to have experience? No, you do not have to have experience. What if you on parole? What if you got a pass? What if you got a background? So what? Start a business. A business don't have a pass. A business is not on probation. A business does not have to do a drug test. Okay. It's a separate entity. That's why you need those documents that I told you that is necessary, because you want to become a private sector and not a public consumer. You're starting a business, which is a separate entity with its own separate social security number, also known as the EIN. Okay. Does it take long to get a contract? Nope, it does not. It just depends on how much you gonna put into it. Honestly, my oldest client is maybe 70 now. She was 68. That was about 2 years ago. But my oldest client was able to secure 2 contracts, $40,000 in 30 days or less. You show up, you grow up. Okay. If you play around with this thing, then you miss out. That's just basically how fast, how long it'll take you. What else? Is there any other questions? Can anybody do it? You can. Do you have to do the contract? No. They have something called the middleman method. Okay. But your name has to be on the contract. You cannot just go get a contract from the government and then pass it off to me and be like, oh, okay, you fulfilled that. No. Your name got to be on the contract. I don't care if it's, I'm going to get the contract and I'm going to be responsible for making sure the payments go to the people that I'm going to outsource this to. I talk a lot about this in the transportation space. All you need is to be a legitimate business on paper. You don't need no fleet. You don't need no trucks. You don't need none of that. Use their money to go buy it because they will pay you lucratively. What do I mean by that? You got a transportation business and they need some migrants bus to New York, every day. They need, maybe 4 or 5 buses. You can take the contract and then tell them, okay, I need this upfront or get it factored so that I can go get my fleet and be able to accommodate. You can do that. Or you can go find somebody else that has a tour bus and you can subcontract it out to them. So if I call White Tours the World, LLC. Hey buddy, I'm looking for, a company that has 5, coach buses. The routes would be from the border to New York every day. Or maybe it'll be from the border to New York with 1 stop in Chicago and then 1 stop here 3 times a week. Will you be able to fulfill this contract? Would this be something that you'd be able to help me out with? Yeah, sure. How much would you charge me? This is an ongoing contract. It's been approved for 1 year with the potential to, extend for 2 more years, especially if the crisis continues. How much would you charge me per year for 5 buses going that route to that route? Oh, okay, I'll charge you $250,000. Okay, cool. I'll go back to the government. I'm like, yeah, that'll be $500,000. The contract is $1 million. I could say that's going to be $1 million based on the time or whatever, because my fee goes into that as well. But if I say 500,000, just for an example, and they award me the contract for 500,000, I pay the tour bus company, they 250,000, not all up front. Because like I said, they done been scammed before. With the government, you get monthly payments. And then you're responsible for whatever that monthly payment is. If it's a $500,000 contract, your payments monthly probably going to be somewhere in between $50,000-$60,000 a month. So you give them they cut for that month, and then the other half is yours. You've sat there and got you $250,000 for playing the middleman matchmaker method. Okay. So there's all kinds of ways you can do no bid contracts, without ever having to be a contractor at all. You can move up into corporate contracts where, you're doing business with Amazon, with the utility companies, with the water companies. And when I say they buy everything, y'all, they buy cannabis. They buy everything. They buy house cleaning. They buy cooking. If you a cook, they buy chefs. They buy you to come cook their food. Okay. So, just to kind of go over some basic questions, make sure I eliminate any doubt. any fears, any of that. They ain't checking your tax records and all of this stuff, okay? All of this stuff that makes us stay stuck and make us say, well, I don't know about that. I'm here to tell you that anybody could do this. And you can receive a large amount of money for servicing the government. So with that being said, let me go ahead and share my screen. And we're going to come over here to this one place. The government don't use, like if they say, what business are you in? And you say, oh, I'm in computer repair. They don't use terminology like that. They use something called a NAICS code. So if I wanted to come here and I wanted to say, I'll just use this. I'm a CBD distributor. I grow CBD. So I would come here and put in the keyword CBD, and then it'll bring me to this page, which will give me the NAICS code. I just need to find out which one applies to me. Am I a chemical product? I mean, all other miscellaneous chemical products and preparation manufacturing. I don't manufacture CBD, but if I did, okay, I would select that one. Other chemical and allied products, merchant wholesaler. So I'm a merchant. I'll be a wholesaler. Okay. All other miscellaneous retailers. So I can be a retailer. I can be a shop. I can be a weed shop. I can be a greenery shop, an edible shop, all other miscellaneous retailers. So I can choose the one that best fits me. And I'm just going to go with this one, 459999. I want to remember that number, 459999. And what I love about this is you're not limited to one NAICS code. Every NAICS code is a stream of income. So I'll give you the perfect example. If I'm in the CBD industry and I'm a retailer, that means that I got to go market and advertise my new store, my products. I got to do advertisement. So that's another NAICS code. So I would look up marketing. If I had, classes that I taught so that I can teach others how to get into the CBD industry. Now I'm a consultant. So I got 3 NAICS codes from one business. If I'm a child care provider, I'm not just a child care provider. I'm going to go ahead and grab that child care provider NAICS code, but I'm also an educator. So I'm going to grab me an education NAICS code. I'm also preparing meals. So I do food and nutrition. I'm going to grab me that NAICS code. I also do transportation when I pick up the children or drop them off. To and from the daycare are either activities. So I'm going to pick up transportation, and then also peer support. So if I have a father that drops off a child and a mother that picks them up and they live separately, I have to make sure that I'm navigating, making sure that communication is going well. I'm doing peer-to-peer support so that it benefits the child. So I just got 5 to 6 NAICS codes from one business. Okay. But for time's sake, we just going to look up 459999. Now I'm going to stop sharing and switch to another screen. I go there, I get my NAICS codes, and then I come right on back up over here. And I type that in. I think that was 459999. Let me make sure. 459999. Correct. All right. So then I come over here to USA Spending. I want to see what kind of money they is paying for CBD retailers. Okay. And I want to know what they've paid in the last 2 years. I can go all the way back to 2008, just getting research, because research is key in government contracting. I want to know what contracts you gave out before, who won them, so I can go partner with them. I know that if they're a big business, such as Boeing or somebody like that, that if they get a contract over $100,000, they have to give some of that money to a minority-owned business. I am a minority-owned business, and I am a woman-owned business. I'm also a small-owned business and a disadvantaged business. So these are like these are the best way I can put it is when you go to a theme park and you want to avoid the line. These are your fast track. Somebody is going after the same contract and they don't have the certificates that you hold. They don't have, the MBA, minority business owned. They don't have those certifications that puts me up to the front of the line. So like when you go to a theme park and you want to skip the line and you got that pass, that's what these certifications do for you. And they allow you to get first dibs on the contracts, because $1.9 trillion every single year is set aside for minorities alone. Okay, so I'm just going to search for the last 2 years, 2023, 2024. I'm going to go ahead and scroll down here. Now, I could search by the award amount, award ID. I don't know any of that, so I'm not going to search by that. I'm just going to come here to where my North American Industry Classification System, NACE code would go. I'm going to select that. It's going to tell me to type in my code, 4599999. And then it's going to give me a list of what codes pop up underneath that. Let me make sure that's the right code, 4599999. It is. Okay. So now that I have that in there, I'm going to go ahead and hit submit search. And it's going to let me know all of the people who done got contracts, when they got them, how long they got them for, and what is the amount. So like I said, we looked up CBD retailers. Now, what is Lockheed and Martin doing over here getting them a CBD retailer contract? Now, I'm about to show you how they set up generational wealth, okay? You see Lockheed Martin Corp here, you see them here, and you see them here. And probably a little bit down, yep, you see them here, okay? Now, I want you to follow along with me. They got this contract in 1993, okay? 2003, 2013, this was a 24-year contract. And I ain't even showed you the amount of the contract. They got this in 1993. It expired April of 2017. Now you see this one right here picked right back up in November of 2017. And it goes all the way to 2031. We're just in 2024. So they done already got this and nipped in the bud from 1993 all the way practically to 2031. Let me tell you how many years that is. Okay. 2031 minus 1993. They got two contracts for 38 years. Now you come right on down here in 2001, while this contract was still going on, they got another one. And that one was for 21 years. Okay. This is how you create generational wealth that will outlive you. And then in 2019, they went and got another contract until 2027. So they covered. They got multiple contracts, and you can take as many as you can handle. What you bet not do, though, is take contracts you can't handle. That's like being blacklisted in the Navy or something. Do you see how much money for this one contract? Right over here. This is how much they brought in. right there on one contract. Okay. So you do the math. Hundreds, thousands, hundreds of thousands. Yeah, that's 48 million here. And then you jump on down to right here. They turn around and got another 35 million. Yep. And then they got another 34 million. That's already 69, 70 million on top of 48 million. That is 118 million. And then they turned around and got another contract for 30 million. So now they have 148 million. I'm thinking this is, let me make sure. I'm telling you million and it ain't billions. Give me 1 second. It be thrown off with them little commas. Especially on that last column. So let me see what this is. All I did was put in the numbers and it said contract to Lockheed Martin. Hold on, let me tell you. Hold on. Let me check it out. Hold on. I think that last column is hundreds. If it's not millions, y'all, charge it to my head, not to my heart. I'm sleepy. If it's not millions, then it's trillions. But that little comma at the end always trips me up. This one right here. Okay. I don't know if this is hundreds, thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions, or if this is thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions, and then next thing is trillions. Okay. So charge it to my head, not to my heart, but you get the drift. If it ain't 148 million, it's 148 billion. That's a lot of money. That's what I'm trying to relay to you. Okay. And you can go back and forth with anything. Let me just show you guys a couple of other ones because I'm not going to be here that long. I just wanted to show y'all what y'all leaving on the table. I said 30 minutes and I'm at 29. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Let me do one more example. I mean, we can do this over and over all day long. If you're thinking from the least to the greatest, I'm going to try to do 2 more real quick in the next 5 minutes. Cook. Say, for instance, you a chef. You know how to make good food. Okay, let's go see what your NAES code would be. Major household appliance manufacturing. You don't manufacture food, fats, oil, dry, pasta, dough. Manufacturing. You ain't manufacturing nothing. So let's keep going down. That's all manufacturing. Private households. We're going to take this one right here. 814110. 814110. Let me see if I can remember that. 814110. 814110. Okay, cool. Let me stop the share over there. We got the NAES code. Let me come back over here. Okay. Now I'm already typed it in, 814110. And it brings a little drop down menu right here to say it matches up with the same thing that it just said it was. Private household cooking. These people can't cook. Let me take this one off. Make sure I put that one back on. And then I'm just going to go ahead and scroll down and hit submit search. Now, this can get really in detail, but I'm not going to do that tonight. Okay. I can go find out the NACE codes they use, who won this. I can contact them. So we just did 1 year and 2 year from 2023 to the current year. Now, this is a cook. This is a cook right here. Okay. This contract started on October 30th, 2023. And November, December, January, February. This was only a 4-month contract from October 30th, 2023 to February 28th, 2024 for a cook. You see how much money they got? $329,000 for 4 months worth of work. I do not play no games when I tell y'all this at all. $329,979 for 4 months worth of food. Where are you going to find anybody to pay you that? And guess what? Even if you ain't no cooking, you know somebody that can cook. Beloved, let me put you on, boo. And we just split this thing. I control the contract, you work it, and we all eat. The government gets exactly what they asked for, and we all win it. And with AI can help you respond to these proposals and all of this stuff. This was another one they got. And remember, I told you guys, they stack up their generational wealth this way. They got this first one up here, but they wasn't satisfied. Okay. They got this one in 2021. That lasted them to 2023. So by the time this one was expiring, this one was picking up. Okay. And they got them another 141,000. Let me see if I can find one shorter than that. Yeah, here you go. MJ Development and Solution. And the crazy part about it is, even if you in transportation or trucking and you got some cook experience or some cook background, you know how to cook, you know how to set it up, get them what they need, you can go after this contract. That's why you see MJ Development and Solutions. It don't have nothing to do with cooking, but they got this contract September 12, 2023 for 1 month, 9/12 to 10/12 in the same year. And they banked $62,000 for 1 month's worth of work. When I say they have $1 million contracts, baby, I'm not playing no games. Okay. I'm gonna hop back over here to the NACE code. I'm gonna show you in transportation. When I say they buy everything, y'all. Y'all gotta stop sleeping out here in these streets in real life. Let me go ahead and come back over here to NACE and share my screen with you. We're gonna look up transportation. Okay, we're gonna just use that one. I think I'm gonna do 2 more because I'm telling you, y'all out here. Let's just do transportation. I think I'll have time enough to do 2. Okay, so it pulls up all the details and the codes for transportation, whether you do special needs. Let's just go straight to the one that I am. I can explain that other stuff later on. Ambulance service. General freight. We're going to use this one. General freight. I want the one long distance. General freight Here we go. 484121. This is the code I'm looking for right here at the bottom. 484121. 484121. Let me go type this in. 484121. Okay. Now I'm gonna share my screen with y'all real quick. Go back over here. Do that research. You see I put in the code here, 484121, and then it brought up, just for me to make sure, that it's general freight trucking, long distance truckload. Okay. I'm going to take this little X out here because that was for the previous one. We just want that one there. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to scroll down. I just want y'all to see what kind of money is available out here. I ain't even touched on the money that's available in your backyard. Okay. So let's check out these contracts. We only did the last 2 years, but they gave us this one from 24/7 Enterprises. Okay. This one was for transportation. This contract was from 2018 to 2023. It was a 5-year contract. So that other number where I was struggling with that comma, I believe that was billions and not millions. The first one that I showed you was CBD. Okay. Now looking at this, because this is 3,775,280. So the first one was billions. Okay. Y'all don't laugh. I told y'all them commas get me confused a little bit, but now looking at it, I can see it now without all those extra commas. So for a 5-year contract for transportation, they got $3,775,280. So I'm gonna tell you what size amount they check was every month for 5 years. That is 3,775,280 divided by 12, 24, 4860 divided by 60. Every single month for the next 5 years, they would receive a check from the government for $62,921. Man, stop playing. This is only for a year. 2022, 11/17, 2022 to 12/29, 2023. Okay. They got $3,695. So they got $3,775,000 for a 5-year contract. They got $3,695,000 for a 1-year contract. Okay. This one right here was for from 5/24/2023 to 12. So that's about 6-7 months. They got $2 million for 6 months worth of work. I told y'all, for 30 days worth of work, you can literally run up a bag, a big one. Okay. You don't think I'm telling the truth? Here's my perfect example right here. This contract was given to them on 8/10/2023. I got to highlight it for you on the screen. Okay. And it expired on 8/30/2023. So this is 20 days worth of work. Echo Global Logistics. 20 days worth of work. They did $1,300,000 for 20 days worth of work. Okay. We're going to go ahead and do one more. Let me go back to NACE. Let me come on back over here to NACE. And I'm going to show y'all what y'all missing out. Everything that I promote to you, I'm showing it to you. What you're missing out on. Told y'all. Become an author. Why? Because they buy authorship. What? You lying? I'm telling you the truth. Okay? They buy sports coaching, bouncers. I mean, you name it. If you a Music technician, they buy that too. If you can make beats, they buy that too. So authors, independent artists, writers, and performers. Let's see what they paying. 711-510. 711-510. 711-510. 711-510. Okay. So yep, that's what they got. They pulled it up right here. That is the independent artists, writers, and performers. Now let me show y'all that screen so y'all can go with me, and then I'm gonna be done. All right. Let's see how much these folks is making. Let's take out that transportation, and we just looking for authors, people who publish books. Ghostwriters. Baby, with AI, you can help these people out. I'm telling y'all, you don't even got to do the work no more. You can outsource it. This is a year contract, 4/4/2022 to 9/25/2023. Let's see how much it paid. Base transaction. Total obligations. They got paid $8,360,000 for 1 year's worth of work as an author. You heard me right. As an author. 1 year's worth of work. 9/7/2023, 12/16/2024. $7 million for 1 year's worth of work. Okay. Writing their books ain't nothing. It ain't never been easier. All these contracts are $1 million contracts. Period. This is a 7-month contract from 1/12/2023 to 8/28. They still did $1 million as an author. So I'm gonna stop sharing that now. I'm gonna go ahead and cut off this training. I just wanted y'all to see a glimpse of what you leaving on the table. So you ain't got to be working no 9 to 5 and all of that stuff. The government got money with your name on it. The question is, who's actually going to get dressed to go get their money from the government? If you saying, yeah, that's me, then let's go. I got a course. I normally, if I ever put it on discount, it's always being sold for $997 on special because I charge $5,000. As you see, I do not promote government contract. You don't hear me mention it. None of that. I have ads that drive traffic to my ideal target audience. I have promos that I'm running specifically just for government contracts. Excuse me, I had to yawn, y'all. That's why there was a short pause. Not only that, you go ahead and get your 8/8 certification. Not right away, but that's where you ain't even got to, there's no competition there. They help you become an empire, literally, because you only got a certain amount of time allocated. Think it's either 9 or 10 years. After that, then you got to pass the baton, and you and nobody in your bloodline will be able to do government contracting. So there's a way to do that. There's always a way around. But I just scratched the surface and wanted to give you guys access more so than ever to take advantage of this opportunity for $497. If you got a business, you might as well scale it with the government. And if you don't got no business, start one from scratch, beloved. I got a whole entire course and community with over 300 other government contractors, from the eldest to the least. Okay. They got contracts. And they got school contracts. They got contracts for bread. Go get us 1,000 loaves of wheat bread with nuts on the top of them. Okay, let me call up these bakeries and see who can fulfill that order before I take the contract. If I find somebody that can fulfill the order, I'm taking it, period. Okay. So I'm only going to give you guys one day, It's a take it or leave it. I mean, I don't like to do 24 hours because people will come back and be like, oh man, I'm just seeing it. So the longest I will extend this sale for $4.97. Trust me, I ain't did no $4.97 and no government contract because it's too valuable. It's too rich. What I teach you now, you can become a government contracting specialist that just helps get other people certified, get other people registered. I mean, there's all kind of way to play. And I really feel like I'm playing myself short by saying it's $4.97. But because I spoke that out of my mouth, I'm going to honor it. But I'm probably going to put a cap on it. I'm only going to honor that for 5 people. The first 5 people that get this will get it for $4.97. After those 5 people have been reached, you will pay full price, which is the discounted sale originally. If I'm giving you access and it showed you here on the screen information that will change your life to millions and trillions of dollars, okay? Then why wouldn't you? Why? When you take advantage of an opportunity. I think I just said billions when I should have said trillions. Listen. I know how to count money, okay? Them commas. Because I know y'all try to come for me. And if you come for me, just remember I come back, okay? If you know what the exact number is, then just go ahead and put it in the comment section below this video so your girl can know for sure though the next time. But I want to say it's trillions. I don't know. Y'all tell me in the comments, okay? You see it, what it is. It's either millions or it's either trillions. Or it's either billions. Hell, I don't know. But nevertheless, the first 5 get it for $4.97. Comes with the course, community, and the coaching. And then after the first 5, it's going to go back up automatically to $9.97. If you don't make the $4.97, I will definitely let you know you didn't make that, okay? So just a FYI, it's only on a first come, first serve basis. So take advantage. Don't delay. Don't be like, I got to think about it, sleep on it. By the time you wake up, honey, and get your revelation and all of that other stuff, it will be good as gone. They don't sleep on this government contract. And if everybody that didn't follow me in times past got an opportunity to see this video before you do, it's going to be gone. I'm just telling y'all that right now. This is a hot product right here, okay? So with that being said, I love y'all, and I will see you guys soon. Some I'll see on the other side, and some I'll see on the sidelines watching me. But don't watch me when you can join me, okay? Don't get left behind, beloveds. All right, peace out.